Chelsea take on Crystal Palace this Sunday with both teams in stinky form. Chelsea, in fact, coming into this with a worse form with 1 win, 1 draw and 3 losses in their last 5 league matches. Palace come to the Bridge, however, with 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5. Home form for Chelsea versus Crystal Palace's away form is identical, however, with 2 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses. Head-to-head, the Blues have seemingly kept a team once thought to be a bogey side, especially at home, rather quiet as of late. In fact, Chelsea have won the last 11 matches back-to-back against the Eagles, conceding just 6 in that time and scoring 26. Much simpler times back then. Most recently, the Blues put 2 past the Eagles at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final back in April of last year. And then, of course, a 2-1 victory with a late winner from former Palace loanee Conor Gallagher in Graham Potter's first win as Chelsea manager. A run of 6 wins and 2 draws was then met with the mess we're currently in. 7 losses in our last 10 competitive matches, just 2 wins in that period. Things at the Bridge seemingly getting worse and worse and worse before they are ever going to get better. The injury situation, whilst the biggest factor right now affecting the squad, to me, needs to be used less and less these days as an excuse. The players playing at the moment regularly, back-to-back games, players that may not typically be in the first team, need to be held accountable. Professionalism. That's not to say that they haven't been held accountable, but there's a stench of poor attitude, poor mentality, and above all else, just really a sense that they do not want to play for both the club and or the manager. Recent reports have said that the team are looking to get rid of those who don't try, deadwood, etc., etc. So maybe, just maybe, we will see an improvement from individual players, and if not, we know they simply just do not want to be here. It's confusing, though. I said a second ago that some of these players may not necessarily get first-team football at this club, should we have a fully fit 11. So why don't they appear to care or put in the effort in order to, in a situation where a position may be up for grabs, should you perform week in, week out, get yourself that cemented regular first team spot. It's a consequence of our own actions. It's been said a million times, but quite frankly, it has to be the answer, is that these players are simply paid too much. They can do whatever they want, still get paid, and the world moves on. Those players are the ones that need sacking. Those players that clear as day appear to show 20, 30% effort need to go. The wage bill, look at it. Koulibaly, our second highest paid player. Sterling, Kante, James, Fofana, Chilwell, the next, all injured. Aspi, who should have left and probably will after the end of this season, and given the time he's given to this club, you could argue deserves to be there, but probably not at the same time. Cucurella is all over the place. Orba doesn't fit Potter's vision, it would seem. Kepa is Kepa. Havertz doesn't try. Pulisic always injured. Loftus-Cheek grossly overpaid and always injured. The list goes on. And when you specify at any point, any player, you put your finger down on that list, it's typically one of 3 things. Injured, doesn't care, or fair enough. You kind of deserve it. With the 2 exceptions outside of those 3 being James and Thiago Silva. For this game, we have the same issues, same problems, and now 2 players less than the last. Zakaria and, of course, João Felix are both out. Felix for a guaranteed 3 matches, and as such will be out for 20% of his loan spell now. And so the list continues to grow. Zakaria, Felix, Mendy, James, Fofana, Chilwell, Kante, Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic, Sterling and Broja all out, injured or suspended, now taking the toll to 11 players out. Palace are without MacArthur and Ferguson. A sore blow. How will they cope tomorrow? So who can we expect to see start tomorrow? Sense would have you believe that, of course, Kepa in goal, Thiago Silva in the middle with both Chalobah and Koulibaly to his left and right. Jorginho has to start because we've been left with no other choice now that Zakaria is out injured. He will, of course, probably start alongside Kovacic. As for Equator and Hall on the wing-back positions, and again, because we've got no one else really in the position available, Sterling, Pulisic both out injured, Ziyech and Mount will support Kai Havertz up front. Kai Havertz, of course, who will keep his place up front regardless of how useless and how bad and how inconsistently he plays. Predictions for this game, given our form, it's genuinely hard at this point to ever predict a win. But with Palace being as poor as they have been lately, it has 0-0 written all over it for me, or at most 1-1. Two teams battling it out for mid-table, hoping, praying for any slither of happiness in a time of despair, frustration, and above all else, depression when watching their side. May the best piece of shit team win, because this game has potential to be an absolute stinker of a game. With that said, let me know what you think in the comments. How do you feel, just in general? What is your score prediction? Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. My name is Harry. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, up the Chelsea and peace.